Hi everyone, it's Maida, and as promised, here is the time-lapse video continuing off from the live stream that I shot a couple of days ago. So in this video, I am drawing Mia Moore from my independent comic, My Love Story. And it's actually Mia Moore as a freshman and also as a senior. So these are both her, and I just thought it'd be kind of cute to have them both interacting with each other, even though clearly that would never be possible in real life. But that's okay, because they're fictional characters. Anyways, some of the things I mentioned in the live stream I'll mention here. So, I was recently accepted as an artist at SoccerCon, so I'm gonna have a booth at SoccerCon in the Artist Alley, and I'll be selling prints and copies of My Love Story as well, and maybe even of my one-shot, the one-shot that I'm working on right now, called It's Cold. It's a 19-page one-shot that that is currently in progress. I am actually running a little bit behind. The main reason I'm running behind is because I took some time to develop a website for myself. If you guys want to check that out, it's maidaservania.com, and I'll have the link written up here for those of you who don't know how to spell my last name. And then, yeah, so I've been taking the time to do that. It has my illustrations and also some of, like a little bit of design work. They're mostly, the most recent ones are personal designs, and then, the majority of the portfolio itself is just student work, which is why I decided to make a website. I was like, you know, I need to not have student work, so maybe if I have my website, I'll be more motivated to do designs. What else? Let's see, my website, my comic. Yeah, I've also been spending time. Oh, I was also sick last week, so there was that. And I've been hanging out with my boyfriend since it's now winter break and he's home for the winter. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, if I remember it, I'll put it in the description box. Yeah. So this drawing took me 5.5 hours. Well, 5 hours and 21 minutes. Probably would have been less than $5 if I had not been live streaming, because that, honestly, trying to talk and draw at the same time slows me down. And then also, you'll see in the last couple minutes of the video, but I struggled like trying to come up with a background. Yeah, at first I thought I just wanted something like flat in the background, but the way I colored them this time is a little bit different from how I usually color it. I wanted there to be like a lot, well, yeah, I wanted there to be more contrast in the values, to make the characters like pop more than they usually do, which, I mean, it worked, but then like it just seemed weird to put anything too flat in the background. So in the last couple minutes, I finally, in this video, it's more like in the last hour, or in the last half hour, I finally figure out a background that looks decent enough. Yeah, and right now I'm just coloring their clothes, which is, I don't know, not too exciting. I just want to make it springy colors because I do plan on selling this one as a print at SoccerCon, which takes place in the spring. So of course you gotta have pink Gotta have pink for the spring. Yeah, I couldn't decide on a pattern for that dress either. So I just like picked stripes, I guess. Good enough. Yeah, but I wanted her outfit to match Mia's more. She kind of seemed to pop too much in the yellow. So I just copied Mia's strawberry red pink color. And yeah, you'll see here that I'm using much darker shadows than I usually do. And once it's uploaded to DeviantArt, you can actually compare it to the other works in my gallery, and you'll see that I don't use a lot of contrast when I'm not thinking about things, which is always. I hardly ever think about what I'm doing. I'm just like, does that look good? Yeah, it looks good. But yeah, that's something I want to work on, is adding more contrast to my work. And I think this one is a good step in that direction. I ran out of things to say, so now I'm kind of quiet. Which was my struggle during the live stream, or during any live stream really. I don't know how to keep a conversation going. It doesn't help that I can't see the conversation while I'm working on Photoshop. I mean, I could have the window open right next to Photoshop, but then I don't get as much space to work on the picture, which is also annoying. Anyways, I was thinking of adding highlights to the clothes, but then, I don't know, I didn't want the texture of the clothing to look too, plasticky, so I decided to not put that much highlights in it. Okay, so right here's where I try to tackle a background. I think I mentioned already I'd wanted something flat at first, and I really liked this color just against the red on them. I thought it looked really cool, but it didn't strike me as the right background for them, honestly. Like, maybe for a different piece, if I had colored them, if I had used less contrast like I usually do, I wouldn't have minded having a flat background, but I couldn't take it. I couldn't figure out how to make it look nice. And so you'll see in just a second that I revert to using a reference photo, actually of the waterfront in my town, as a background. And I think it wound up looking pretty decent. I don't really work on backgrounds this year. This year I've probably been working on backgrounds the most, which isn't saying much because I don't really work on them. But I think I'm improving, even though I've only done it a few times. Anyways, we're coming up on the end of this video here. And one of my resolutions is to actually it's just to seek more feedback in my work, because I usually don't, mostly because I don't know, I just feel like if there are problems I can figure it out on my own. But I've noticed recently that I'm really lazy, and I kind of just shrug things off as good enough. So if you guys have any criticisms for me or just feedback in general, I'd love to hear it in the comments. It'll help me grow as an artist, and yeah, and it'll be faster than me not getting feedback and pretending that I'm okay with everything. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.